وجود ز شرار غم میسوزم به تمامی وجود دوباره باید بخونم یکی بود یکی نبود دوباره باید بخونم یکی بود یکی نبود بلبلی گوشه بیرون میخون برای یار بلبلی گوشه بیرون میخون برای یار مد مدها کنار بابا بگرفت قرار مد مدت ها کنار بابا بگرفت قرار تموم رنج سفر رو برای یار داره میگه تموم رنج سفر رو برای یار داره میگه از غم بچه ها و عمه داره حرف میزنه همه بچه ها و عمه داره حرف میزنه بابا جون ددت به فقیرونه بیا بنشین بشنو درد دل یتیمونه بابا جون خوش اومدی بابا جون خوش اومدی قربون خاک قدمت به خدا دلم میسوخ رفتی سفر ندیدمت به خدا دلم میسوخ رفتی سفر ندیدمت وقتی رفتی دشمنا آتیش زدن به خیمه ها وقتی رفتی دشمنا آتیش زدن به خیمه ها برا خاطر چی میزدن کتک به بچه ها برا خاطر چی میزدن کتک به بچه ها بابا جون بین همه بابا جون بین همه عممونو خیلی زدن بابا جون بین همه بابا جون بین همه عممونو خیلی زدن بابا جون منو ببین به صورتم سیلی زدن بابا جون منو ببین به صورتم سیلی زدن بابا جون دردت به جونم بابا جون دردت به جونم هر کی صورتم رو دیده میگه چون زهرا شده هر کی صورتم رو دیده میگه چون زهرا شده صورت مادر تو آخه مگه چطور شده صورت مادر تو آخه مگه چطور شده بابا جون داداش علی را به کجا بردی بابا بابا جون داداش علی را به کجا بردی بابا بچه ها میگن اونا پیش خدا بردی بابا بچه ها میگن اونا پیش خدا بردی بابا بابا جون به هم
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وشفينا أبي القاسم محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. السلام عليكم يا أهل البيت. Assalamu alaikum, Ya Imam Mehdi. Assalamu alaikum, dear children, dear parents, followers of Ahlul Bayt, followers of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Our salam and condolences to the entire humanity, especially to the Imam of our time on the martyrdom of our fourth Imam, Imam Zain al-abidin. Dear children, today was 25th of Muharram. Today was the Shahadat date of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, also Imam Zain al-Abidin we call him. Dear children, I hope and pray that each one of you have spent today in remembering and connecting and talking to the fourth Imam alayhi salam. If you have not done something for the Imam, this Majlis, make niyat, talk to Imam. What is it that you want to talk to Imam about? Please go and take wuzu, dear children. Go wash your hand the least. Please do not waste water, dear children. As Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, after Karbala, till his last final breath, each time somebody will bring water or he will go grab a cup of water, he will not drink the whole water. And do you guys know what will happen? That water, even if it's tiny of it is filled, the cup is filled, just a little bit of water, with the tears of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, that whole cup gets filled, because he will every time see a cup of water or people wasting water, he will remember the thirst of Bibi Sakina. He will remember the thirst of Hazrat Ali Asghar, Hazrat Qasim, Hazrat Ono Muhammad. Please do not waste water, dear children, ever. Let's all put our hands together, dear children. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Let's all send our salam to the father of Imam Sajjad. As-salam ala al-Hussain wa ala Ali ibn al-Hussain wa ala awlad al-Hussain wa ala ashab al-Hussain. And let's all send our salam to our fourth Imam, our Muslim Imam, our Bimare Karbala Imam, our sick Imam at Karbala who couldn't fight. As-salam alayka ya Imam Zain al-Abidin. Please recite salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Dear children, dear parents, let's meet the young followers of Ahlul Bayt. Joining us tonight, inshallah, we have Zara Ali, who will start with Tilawat al-Quran. We have Zahra Zaidi from Scotland, who inshallah reciting Surah Hamd and Salam. We have Sakina and Masuma Abbas reciting Noha. We have Arich Fatima reciting Noha. We have Murtaza Ali and Mushtaba Ali reciting Ayatul Kursi. We have Muhammad Samiq Abidi reciting a speech about Mawla Abbas. We have Murtaza Hussain Naqvi and his brothers reciting Noha, joining us from UAE. We have Yazdan and Yahya Hassan, inshallah, reciting Ayatul Kursi and Noha. We have Mohsin, Abbas, and Muhammad, the Haider brothers, reciting Noha, inshallah. We have Abbas and Jasim, inshallah, reciting Noha. And we have Mohsin Mehdi reciting a speech on Hazrat Abul Fazl al-Abbas. Please recite Allah's salawat for the well-being of all these beautiful azadar of Ahlul Bayt and their families. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajmain. I would now request Zara Ali to please start tonight's majlis with Tilawat-e-Quran Pak. Please recite Allah's salawat for them. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zara and today I will be reciting Surah Al-Hamd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. MashaAllah, Jazakallah, Zara Ali. What a beautiful recitation of Surah Hamd, Surah Fatiha, Ummul Kitab. We also call it the opening chapter, the opening surah of the Holy Quran. Inshallah, dear children, as tonight we have our student Zahra also reciting Surah Hamd, I will tell you the significance of why is it that Surah Hamd we have to recite in our namaz. Such beautiful surah you have chosen, Zara. Beautifully recited. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He accepts your amal tonight in its complete manner. And may you be the true azadar of Ahlul Bayt and always stay on the true path. And not only be the support of your family, but guide all the other sisters around the world, inshallah. MashaAllah, Jazakallah, Zara Ali. Dear children, dear parents, joining us now, we have Zahra Zaidi. Inshallah, she will recite Surah Hamd and Salam Nama. Please recite aloud salawat for her. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Assalamualaikum. I am
Yes, Zahra, if you feel comfortable, you go for it. I'll request parents to let Zahra, please.
Assalamualaikum. I am Sarah Sati. I am 5 years old. I am from Scotland. I am gonna recite Surah An-Nisa. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Assalamu ala Hussain wa ala Ali ibn Hussain wa ala Uladin Hussain wa ala Ashadu Hussain. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Alhamdulillah. A'udzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. All praises for Allah, the Lord of the world. the most gracious, the most merciful, the master of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. Show us the straight path, the path of those upon you have bestowed favor, not of those who have showed your anger, not of those who have gone away. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farjahum. Ameen.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. MashaAllah, Subhanallah, Zahra Zaidi beautifully recited Surah Hamd, Surah Fatiha, and the Ziyarat Nama of Abu Abdullah Hussain alayhi salam. MashaAllah, let me make your screen bigger, Zahra. And not only you recited so beautifully, but you also very importantly, you also explain the translation, the meaning of Surah Hamd, that not only it is the importance, the first opening surah of the Quran, but in our namaz, when we're reciting Surah Hamd, we are connecting with Allah. In Surah Hamd, we're praising Allah, we're thanking Allah, we're saying, oh my soul, Allah is the highest power. Whatever we need, we only worship Allah and we only ask Allah for help. And you're asking Allah, guide me on the true path, the path of those who you have blessed. And Ahlul Bayt are the ones Allah have blessed, yeah? Not the enemies of Ahlul Bayt. And those peoples that lived in Kufa that said, oh Imam, we will support you, we will be with you. And did they support Imam? No. Okay, very beautifully explained, Zahra. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He accepts your hard work tonight, your amal in its complete manner. May all the bibis, including Bibi Sakina, be pleased with you, and may you be the shifa, the intercessor for your parents on the day of Mahshar, inshallah. MashaAllah. Keep up the good work, Zahra. Beautifully done. MashaAllah. Dear children, dear parents, moving on now. We have joining us Sakina Abbas and Masuma Abbas. Inshallah, they have prepared a Noha. Please recite aloud salawat for their well-being and for their families' well-being. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Sakina. Assalamu alaikum, my name is Masuma. I am going to recite Mazhar Abidis Kalam. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. सज्जादे में ज़ैनब हूँ, मेरे सर पे रिदा कोई नहीं, बाज़ारे जफ़ा सज्जादे में ज़ैनब हूँ, मेरे सर पे रिदा कोई नहीं, बाज़ारे जफ़ा मजमा है कूफियों का, मेरे चलने की जा कोई नहीं, बाज़ारे जफ़ा सज्जादे में ज़ैनब हूँ, मेरे सर पे रिदा कोई नहीं, बाज़ारे जफ़ा सज्जाद मेरे सर से 9 बार छिनी चादर, बलवे में नबी ज़ादी फिर वाई गई दर दर, मिल जाए रिदा मुझको और मेरी दुआ कोई नहीं, बाज़ारे जफ़ा सज्जादे में ज़ैनब हूँ, मेरे सर पे रिदा कोई नहीं, बाज़ारे जफ़ा सज्जाद मेरे दिल को ये दर्द सताता है, सर गाज़ी का नेज़े से जब खाक पे आता है, सर मेरा खुला देखे गम में से बड़ा कोई नहीं, बाज़ारे जफ़ा सज्जादे में ज़ैनब हूँ, मेरे सर पे रिदा कोई नहीं, बाज़ारे जफ़ा सज्जाद चलूं कैसे लाखों है तमाशाई, یاد آتا ہے رہ رہ کے عباس میرا بھائی، فریاد کروں تجھ سے اب تیرے سوا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا سجادے میں زینب ہوں، میرے سر پہ ردا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا معلوم ہے آدا کو، غازی کی بہن ہوں میں، بے دست ہے وہ غازی، پابند رسن ہوں میں، یاد آئی وفا اس کی جب پاس رہا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا سجادے میں زینب ہوں، میرے سر پہ ردا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا سجاد تیری حالت دیکھی نہیں جائی ہے، بے پردہ مجھے دیکھے یہ بات رلاتی ہے، سجاد تیری حالت تیری طرح کانٹوں پہ چلا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا سجادے میں زینب ہوں، میرے سر پہ ردا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا جاتا ہے سوئے زندہ اب کنبہ محمد کا، رسی میں بندے قیدی کانٹوں سے بھرا رستا، امت نے ستم ڈھائے قسمت سے گلا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا سجادے میں زینب ہوں، میرے سر پہ ردا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا موت آئے گی زندہ میں میری بالی سکینہ کو، جا جا کے بتاؤں گی بیمار مدینہ کو، غم دل کے اٹھانے کو اب باقی بچا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا سجادے میں زینب ہوں، میرے سر پہ ردا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا بازار ستم میں تھا زینب کا جب عالم، مظہر یہ لکھوں کیسے ظالم نے کہا جس دم، ہے کون تیرا وارث زینب نے کہا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا سجادے میں زینب ہوں، میرے سر پہ ردا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا مجمع ہے کوفیوں کا میرے چلنے کی جا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا سجادے میں زینب ہوں، میرے سر پہ ردا کوئی نہیں، بازار جفا اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد وسلم۔
اللهم صل على محمد وآل Muhammad وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. MashaAllah, Subhanallah, Sakina Abbas and Masuma Abbas beautifully recited. Maybe be Zainab Salamullah alayha, maybe be Sakina, and may Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam accept your effort tonight in his majlis in its complete manner. May they hold onto your hands and their nur, their light creates a path for you that you understand this is the true path of Allah, this is the true path of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, and may your scarf, your hijab always stay strong on your head, and may you always hold on to the true hijab of Bibi Zainab Salamullah alayha. MashaAllah, Subhanallah, Jazakallah, Jio Sakina, Jio Masma. Dear children, dear parents, joining us now, we have Arich Fatima. Inshallah, she's going to recite Noha. Please recite aloud salawat for her well-being and for her family's well-being. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Arir Fatima and I am from Sydney. Sakina, Sakina, Sakina. I am the young daughter of Hussain. I am the young daughter of Hussain. Sakina is my name. Sakina is my name. My father asked for me during his night prayers if I would ever cry. His eyes filled with tears. He said warmth I bring to his heart, and from me he could never define. I am the young daughter of Hussain. I am the young daughter of Hussain. Sakina is my name. Sakina is my name. The day of Ashura destroyed my family. All of my loved ones were snatched away from me. My brothers and uncles are all dead. My father's body trampled to shreds. I am the young daughter of Hussain. I am the young daughter of Hussain. Sakina is my name. Sakina is my name. Father, look at my face, bruised and blackened with slabs. My ears are flowing with blood from where my earrings were snatched. Every time I beg them to stop, they hit me again, they laugh and more. I am the young daughter of Hussain. I am the young daughter of Hussain. Sakina is my name. Sakina is my name. Salawat Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. MashaAllah, Jazakallah Arij Fatima, beautifully recited. I am Sakina, the young daughter of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. How pleased is Bibi Sakina right now with you? How pleased is Imam Hussain alayhi salam? He is present tonight in the Majlis of his son Imam Sajjad, and he will be shedding tears definitely after listening to your beautiful Noha Arij. He loved Sakina. He especially prayed for Sakina, said, Allah, give me a daughter. Give me a daughter that I love her like a princess. And then it's hard for me to be departed from her. And Allah gave him Sakina. So, mashallah, Arij Fatima, I pray to Allah that He accepts your amal tonight in its complete manner. May on the day of Mahshar, on the day of judgment, you and Bibi Sakina meet. She greets you with a smile on her face and gives you a big hug and says, thank you, Arij Fatima, for reciting such beautiful Noha. May you be the support of your family, and may you be the shifa for your parents on the day of Mahshar, inshallah. MashaAllah. Jazakallah, Arij Fatima. Beautifully recited. Dear children, dear parents, joining us now we have Murtaza Ali and Mujtaba Ali reciting Ayatul Kursi. Please recite aloud salawat for them. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
We
are Mujtaba and
Murtaza
Ali,
and we are
and
from
Melbourne, Australia.
and we are going to recite Ayatul Kursi. أعوذ
أعوذ
بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Allahumma kulli Allahumma kulli Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum la ta'khuzuhu sinatun wa la nawm lahu ma fis samawati wa ma fil ardi man zal ladhi yashfa'u indahu illa bi'iznihi يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم الله ولي الذين آمنوا يخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور والذين كفروا أولياءهم الطاغوت يخرجونهم من النور إلى الظلمات أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. MashaAllah, Subhanallah, Murtaza and Mushtaba beautifully recited Ayatul Kursi. It's such an important ayat of the Holy Quran. It's the ayat coming from the second chapter of the Holy Quran, Surah Baqarah. And in Ayatul Kursi, we thank Allah and we say, Ya Allah, you know what's in the heavens. Ya Allah, you know what's in the earth. Ya Allah, you know what's in my heart. Ya Allah, you know what's in the other person's heart. You know what's behind this wall. You know what's in front of this wall. So Allah knows everything. What we do, what we're thinking. It's so important, this Ayatul Kursi that one recites every day. Beautiful ayat you have chosen in the Majlis of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. I pray to Allah that He accepts your amal tonight in its complete manner. May you too, with beautiful name you have, Murtaza and Mujtaba, the two names of Imam Ali and Imam Hussain alayhi salam. May you always be the support of each other, just like Hazrat Abbas and Imam Hussain. And may you be the backbone of your family, and may you be the shifa for your parents on the day of Qiyamah. Keep up the good work, Murtaza. Keep up the good work, Mujtaba. Salamat raho. MashaAllah. Jazakallah. Dear children, dear parents, joining us now, we have Muhammad Samiq Abidi. Inshallah, he has prepared a speech about Maula Ghazi Abbas. Please recite aloud salawat for his well-being and for his family's well-being. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Samiq Abdi. I am 7 years old. I'm from Australia. Today I'm going to tell you about Hazrat Abbas. He was the stepbrother of Imam Hussain. He was the commander of Imam Hussein's army. And Hazrat Abbas lost his army. He asked Imam Hussain Islam, can he go in the battle? But Imam Hussain didn't let Hazrat Abbas to go because Hazrat Abbas didn't have the permission to go in the battle. Then Bibi Sakina came and said that all of the kids in the world are thirsty and I'm thirsty. Imam Hussain Islam said you have the permission to go to the river. Hazrat Abbas went to the river and then he saw some evil people. He fighted some, then some of them were scared. Hazrat Abbas got some water on the way back. Some evil people were in the bushes, in the grass, behind the tree, on top of the tree. one person from the back cut his left hand, then the different guy cut his right hand. Then an arrow went in Hazrat Abbas's eye. Then something hit it on his Hazrat Abbas's head. Hazrat Abbas fell down, and Hazrat Abbas shouted, "Imam Hussain!" Imam Hussain came and Hazrat Abbas said, "Can you wipe my blood eye?" Imam Hussain wiped it. Hazrat Abbas's blood eye. Hazrat Imam Hussain Islam said to Hazrat Abbas, "He always called me master and say one time, can he call me brother?" Then Hazrat Abbas called Imam Hussain Islam brother, then he died. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad ajma'in.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. MashaAllah, Muhammad Samiq Abidi, you have not only given a speech, you have actually done the Masaib of Mawla Ghazi Abbas in the Maqtal on the day of Ashura, how he called out, "Ya Aba Abdullah, come, it's my final moment." And when Imam Hussain said, "Call me brother," for the first time, beautifully you delivered the speech of the love of Imam Hussain and Hazrat Abbas. MashaAllah, Muhammad Samiq Abdi. I pray to Allah He accepts your effort tonight. How, the angels are surrounding you this very moment. The angels are recording every words you have recited tonight, and it's inshallah going to be your shifa in your grave in Alam-e Barzakh on the day of Mahshar, inshallah. And I pray to Allah that all Ahlul Bayts are pleased with you, as well as, first of all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. MashaAllah, Jazakallah, being a true azadar of Imam Hussain. Keep up the good work. MashaAllah. Dear children, dear parents, joining us now, we have Murtaza Hussain Naqvi and his brothers joining from UAE, reciting Noha. Please recite aloud salawat for their well-being and for their families' well-being. Allahumma salli ala محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Sayyid Murtaza Hussain Naqvi I'm from UAE. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wajil farjahum ajma'in. Saqiye tishna laba, ey alamdar haram, hedari sher jawan, ey alamdar haram, marhaba sher jawan, e jawan, e jawan, e jawan, ey alamdar haram. Saqiye tishna laba, ey alamdar haram, hedari sher jawan, ey alamdar haram. Hussain Shah Wafa Sani Haidar Mola, Sakina ke chacha Fatima Zahra ki dua, Fauj Shabir ke salare alamdar Wafa, Bani Hashim ke Kamal Nazish hai Karbo Bala, Mula Qurban dilo ja, e alamdar haram. Saki e tishna laba, e alamdar haram. Marhaba sher jawan, e jawan, e jawan, e jawan, e alamdar haram. Hedari sher jawan, e alamdar haram. Hai wo sham gariba wo qiyamat ka sama, hai Sadat ke jalte hue khaiyon ka duar. Bibiyan karti thi ro ro ke yahi aao huwa, aao Abbas ridao ke muhafiz ho kaha sher jawan, e alamdar haram. Saqiye tishna laba, e alamdar haram. Marhaba sher jawan, e jawan, e jawan, e jawan, e alamdar haram. Hedari sher jawan, e alamdar haram. ना बीबी को अलमदार चचा याद आया जब शाम का बाजार चचा याद आया न मिला साई दीवार चचा याद आया जब तमाची लगी हर बार चचा याद आया कि सकीना की फुआ ए अलमदार हरम सकिए तिश्न लबा ए अलमदार हरम मरहबा शेर जवा ए जवा ए जवा اے جواں ہے علمدار حرم، حیدری شیر جواں ہے علمدار حرم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وجل فرجهم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. MashaAllah. Jazakallah, Sayyid Murtaza and brothers. Let me make your screen bigger, and if the other two brothers can introduce themselves, what are your names?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mustaba. I am a 9-year-old and I live in UAE. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zaki and I am 8 years old and I live in UAE.
MashaAllah. First of all, wa alaikum assalam. It's wajib upon me now to reply to your salam. So wa alaikum assalam to both of you. Jazakallah, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the three beautiful recitation by the three of you in its complete manner in the Farshi Azai Ahlul Bayt alayhim assalam. Ilahi Amin. May this recitation of yours be the shifa, not only for the three of you, but for the shifa of your parents, your entire family on the day of Mahshar, on the day of gathering, inshallah. I pray to Allah that the Sayyid, the Nur, the light of Ahlul Bayt is always on you, that it guides you to be true on the path of Ahlul Bayt. And no matter what difficulties come into your life, the three of you always stay together, be the support of each other, and be the backbone of your family, inshallah. MashaAllah. Jazakallah. Jazakallah. Please recite aloud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Dear children, dear parents, joining us now, we have Yazdan and Yahya Hassan reciting Ayatul Kursi and Noha. Please recite aloud salawat for their well-being. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Yahya. I live in Australia and I'm 9 years old. Today I will recite Ayatul Kursi. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين رشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم. الله وليهم من الظلمات إلى النور والذين كفروا أولياءهم
أولياؤهم الطاغوت يخرجونهم من النور إلى الظلمات أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجه أجمعين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. MashaAllah, Jazakallah Muhammad Yahya. Beautiful recitation of Ayatul Kursi, and I'm sure Yazdan is joining and taking your spot now. But beautifully recited. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your effort, your amal tonight in its complete manner. MashaAllah. If we can have Yazdan on the screen, please, near the camera, that would be very good. Please recite aloud salawat, dear children, for the well-being, for the safety and the guidance of Muhammad Yahya and Yazdan Hassan and their family. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Yazdan. I'm 7 years old and I live in Australia. And today I recite my doha. Bismillahir Shaitanir Rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ali Ali Akbar Ali Ali Akbar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Ey Janam Ey Jani Madar Ali Ali Ey Jani Madar Ali Ali Shabeh Payam Ali Ali Ey Janam Ey Guli Haydar Ali Ali Ey Guli Haydar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Ey Janam Ey Safar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Ey Janam Duai Madar Ali Ali Duai Madar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Ey Janam
Muhammad Yahya, I am going to cut in the middle.
Yes.
Yes, just because it's very glittering, what I'm going to do is, because it's such a beautiful noha, I will play the recorded audio. I'm just going to put you on the screen, okay? But I am going to play your audio from my phone that you have sent, okay? So this way, all the dear children can see your hard work. I'll just keep you muted and I'll just unplug my earphone. So I will play the beautiful noha you have pre-recorded and sent so everybody can hear, okay? So let me just bring it up.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ali Ali Akbar Ali 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 Akbar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Ey Janam Ey Jani Madar Ali Ali Ey Jani Madar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Ey Janam Ey Guli Haydar Ali Ali Ey Guli Haydar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Ey Janam Ruku Ey Safdar Ali Ali Ruku Ey Safdar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Shabeh Payambar Ali Ali Ey Janam Duai Madar Ali Ali
علی علی شب پیامبر علی علی شب پیامبر علی علی ای جانم فداهما در علی علی فداهما در علی علی فداهما در علی علی شب پیامبر علی علی شب پیامبر علی علی ای جانم بولایی مادر علی علی بولایی مادر علی علی شب پیامبر علی علی شب پیامبر علی علی ای جانم ای میری دل بر علی علی ای میری دل بر علی علی شب پیامبر علی علی شب پیامبر علی علی ای جانم صدای اکبر علی علی صدای اکبر علی علی شب پیامبر علی علی دعای مادر علی علی دعای
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. Jazakallah, mashallah, subhanallah, Muhammad Yahya and Yazdan. Now, please tell me, what is the name of your younger brother that's so passionate and wants to also join you in the recitation of the beautiful Noha? What's his name? You're muted. What's his name? Okay, it's a little bit hard to hear your name, but mashallah, alhamdulillah, Muhammad Yahya and Yazdan Hassan, beautiful recitation tonight, both Ayatul Kursi and such a beautiful Farsi Noha that you have practiced, and in the Majlis of Imam Sajjad as Salam you have recited. I pray to Allah that He accepts your amal tonight in its complete manner. May aapko koi gham na de siwaye gham Hussain. What this means is that may never hardship comes to you. May you never go through such a hardship and cry so much for that hardship, apart from the cry and love for Ahlul Bayt, for Imam Sajjad, for Abu Abdullah Hussain. And inshallah, you be a very good brother for your younger brother, and you hold your family together and be on the true path of Islam and spread the message of Abu Abdullah Hussain to the entire universe. MashaAllah. Jazakallah. Keep up the good work, boys. Keep it up. MashaAllah. Dear children, dear parents, joining us now, we have Mohsin, Abbas, and Muhammad, the Haydar brothers, they call themselves, inshallah, reciting a Noha. Please recite aloud salawat for them. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
عابد کو جہاں غش آتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں غش آتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں غش آتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے ایک پھول ہے جس کو کاٹو پر ایک پھول ہے جس کو کاٹو پر دن رات چلایا جاتا ہے دل کو جہاں خوش آتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں خوش آتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے عباس کی غیرت سے اکثر عابد کی اسیری پوچھتی ہے عباس کی غیرت سے اکثر عابد کی اسیری پوچھتی ہے کیا 4 برس کی بہنا کو کیا 4 برس کی بہنا کو زندہ میں سلایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں خوش آتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں خوش آتا ہے خیمے جلتے ہیں شولوں میں گری ہے آج نبی پھر آج نبی کی بیٹی پر پھر آج نبی کی بیٹی پر دروازہ گرایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں بشاتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں بشاتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے رہ کی شہیدی دیکھتے ہیں نیزے سے سکینہ کی شان رہ کی شہیدی دیکھتے ہیں نیزے سے سکینہ کی شان لگتا ہے کہ پوچھتے ناقا سے لگتا ہے کہ پوچھتے ناقا سے بچی کو گرایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں بشاتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں بشاتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے بی بی کو قریب لاش گری دروں کی اذیت دیتے ہیں بی بی کو قریب لاش گری دروں کی اذیت دیتے ہیں عباس کو تڑپانے کے لیے عباس کو تڑپانے کے لیے زینب کو ستایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں بشاتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں بشاتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے غیرت کے سبب جس بی بی نے گھر میں بھی نہ دیکھا آئینہ غیرت کے سبب جس بی بی نے گھر میں بھی نہ دیکھا آئینہ بے پردہ اسے لانے کے لیے بے پردہ اسے لانے کے لیے دربار سجایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں بشاتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں بشاتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے عابد کو جہاں بشاتا ہے دروں سے جگایا جاتا ہے یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین
اللهم صل على محمد وآل Muhammad وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. MashaAllah, Jazakallah Muhammad, Abbas and Mohsin for such a beautiful recitation. Noha for Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, Bibi Zainab, Bibi Sakina and Ahlul Bayt, all of them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your effort, your amal tonight in its complete manner. May the three of you be guided always to stay firm on the true path of Ahlul Bayt and to get the marifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the marifat, the perfection towards the Ahlul Bayt, and may they be your intercessors on your grave in Alam Barzakh and on the day of Qiyamah inshallah, and you walk across the Pul Sirat alongside holding your family and leading the way towards the heaven where Imam Ali alayhi salam, Mawla Ali is holding Jami Kausar with the water from the spring of paradise awaiting you and your entire family inshallah, that you get a sip before you enter heaven inshallah. Beautiful recitation. Keep up the good work, dear boys. MashaAllah. Jazakallah. Jazakallah. Dear children, dear parents, joining us now, we have Muhammad Abbas and Muhammad Jasim joining us for another Noha recitation. Please recite aloud salawat for their well-being and for their families' well-being. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajmain. And dear children, remember when you are watching live or when you're taking part to shed tears. Dear children, shed tears, one drop reciting to Nohas for Imam Sajjad, our Muslim Imam, our Bimari Karbala Imam. Please recite salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Ya Hussain, Ya Hussain, Ya Hussain, Ya Hussain. Mera nana Nabi, meri maa Sayyada, mera baba Ali, mera bhai Hassan. ہم ہیں پنجتن، ہم ہیں پنجتن. میری کیا ہے خطا، میری کیا ہے خطا، میری کیا ہے خطا، میری کیا ہے خطا. مجھ پہ کیوں بندے کرتے ہو پانی، کیا محمد کا پیارا نہیں ہوں. مجھ پہ کیوں بندے کرتے ہو پانی، کیا محمد کا پیارا نہیں ہوں. کیا میں زہرا کا جایا نہیں ہوں، کیا میں زہرا کا جایا نہیں ہوں، کیا میں زہرا کا جایا نہیں ہوں، کیا نبی کا نواسا نہیں ہوں. مجھ پہ کیوں بندے کرتے ہو پانی، کیا محمد کا پیارا نہیں ہوں. مجھ پہ کیوں بندے کرتے ہو پانی، کیا محمد کا پیارا نہیں ہوں. میرے نانا نے کلمہ سکھایا اور قرآن تم کو سنایا. میرے نانا نے کلمہ سکھایا اور قرآن تم کو سنایا. کیا میں نانا کا سایہ نہیں ہوں، کیا میں نانا کا سایہ نہیں ہوں، کیا میں نانا کا سایہ نہیں ہوں، کیا نبی کا نواسا نہیں ہوں. مجھ پہ کیوں بندے کرتے ہو پانی، کیا محمد کا پیارا نہیں ہوں. مجھ پہ کیوں بندے کرتے ہو پانی، کیا محمد کا پیارا نہیں ہوں. وہ مدینہ جہاں میرا گھر ہے اور مسجد میں اس گھر کا در ہے. وہ مدینہ جہاں میرا گھر ہے اور مسجد میں اس گھر کا در ہے. کیا میں اس گھر میں کھیلا نہیں ہوں، کیا میں اس گھر میں کھیلا نہیں ہوں، کیا میں اس گھر میں کھیلا نہیں ہوں، کیا نبی کا نواسا نہیں ہوں. مجھ پہ کیوں بندے کرتے ہو پانی، کیا محمد کا پیارا نہیں ہوں. مجھ پہ کیوں بندے کرتے ہو پانی، کیا محمد کا پیارا نہیں ہوں. چکیاں پیس کر ماں نے پالا، مجھ کو نانا نے جھولا جھلایا. چکیاں پیس کر ماں نے پالا، مجھ کو نانا نے جھولا جھلایا. اپنا بچپن میں بھولا نہیں ہوں، اپنا بچپن میں بھولا نہیں ہوں، اپنے بچپن میں بھولا نہیں ہوں، کیا نبی کا نواسا نہیں ہوں. مجھ پہ کیوں بندے کرتے ہو پانی، کیا محمد کا پیارا نہیں ہوں. کملی والے نے لب چومتا تھا، کتنا پیارا میرا بچپنا تھا. کملی والے کے لب چومتا تھا، کتنا پیارا میرا بچپنا تھا. کیا میں ان کا دلارا نہیں ہوں، کیا میں ان کا دلارا نہیں ہوں، کیا میں ان کا دلارا نہیں ہوں، کیا نبی کا نواسا نہیں ہوں. مجھ پہ کیوں بندے کرتے ہو پانی، کیا محمد کا پیارا نہیں ہوں. مجھ پہ کیوں بندے کرتے ہو پانی، کیا محمد کا پیارا نہیں ہوں. میں جو چاہوں برس جائے بادل، خوں میں ڈوبا نظر آئے مقتل. میں جو چاہوں برس جائے بادل، خوں میں ڈوبا نظر آئے مقتل. جنگ کرنے میں آیا نہیں ہوں، جنگ کرنے میں آیا نہیں ہوں، جنگ کرنے میں آیا نہیں ہوں، کیا نبی کا نواسا نہیں ہوں. مجھ پہ کیوں بندے کرتے ہو پانی، کیا محمد کا پیارا نہیں ہوں. کیا میں زہرا کا جایا نہیں ہوں، کیا میں زہرا کا جایا نہیں ہوں، کیا میں زہرا کا جایا نہیں ہوں، کیا نبی کا نواسا نہیں ہوں. یا حسین، یا حسین، یا حسین.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. MashaAllah, Jazakallah, Muhammad Abbas and Muhammad Jasim. Beautifully recited, such a beautiful Noha. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your amal tonight in its complete manner. May you both be guided always to stay firm on the true path of Ahlul Bayt. Being a follower and azadar of Imam Hussain is not easy, dear children. You will face hardship. You will face hardship. Some people will try to stop you. Just like Dajjal is going to come at the time of Imam Mehdi alayhi salam and will try every way to stop the followers of the Imam from reaching out to him. That way, things will come in your life where Shaitan will try to do waswas and try to misguide you. But I pray to Allah that through this Farshi Azai of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, may both of you never ever be misguided. And when such situation comes, the Imam, the babies hold on to you so firmly that they guide you. The Noor creates a path for you that you walk and make the correct decision in life, inshallah. May you both be the shifa of your parents on the day of Mahshar. MashaAllah. Keep up the good work, boys. Jazakallah. Jazakallah. Dear children, dear parents, moving on now with our tonight's Majlis. It is very important for you to be very clear to understand what is the purpose of each of the imams that had come. We have 12 imams, yes? Each of them had a certain aspect in their life, certain mission. Okay, so certain hardship each one of them faced differently, probably towards the other imams. Imam Sajjad had different hardship in Karbala compared to Imam Hussain alayhi salam. So let's all tonight understand what was the mission of Imam Sajjad, because he couldn't fight at Karbala. You all know this. He was very ill in Karbala. Then what was his mission? And the two beautiful recitations of Imam Sajjad, Saif Sajjad, the duas, and the treatise of Right Salat al-Haquq, our body parts, rights on us, and the rights of our neighbors, relationships in our lives. So we'll understand this. Please recite aloud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
So you find that our Imam's main mission was firstly to ensure that the message of Imam said, he was saving Islam. That Islam that's to be saved is in fact indicated and taught the Ummah. When there was no way in which you could speak freely, you could not give sermons like Nahj al-Balagha. There was no way he could do that. So what he did was he actually taught the fundamentals of religion through his prayer book, which is Saif Sajjadi, Saif Kamila. The prayer book that he wrote, that he taught to his son, Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam, that book which has been preserved. I know of scholars who are non-Muslim, who are Christian, who are Judaic, who have actually looked at Saif Kamila, Saif Sajjadiyya, looked at the prayer book, looked at the translation, and come to wonderment that how the fundamental spirit is reflected in the prayers. So this is a book that our Imam left as a legacy. So he taught that. The second thing that Imam alayhi salam left as a legacy is Risalat al-Huquq. All the human rights, the rights of a neighbor, the rights of the wife, the rights of the mother, the rights of the parents, rights of fellow human beings, the rights of blood relatives, brothers and sisters. All the rights are reflected and taught. These are all being enshrined in principles that are in Risalat al-Huquq. So our Imam has left that behind. Our fourth Imam is first of all institutes the institution of Azadari and weeping and lamenting for Imam Hussain. For that is one empowering, spiritually empowerment. You find that Imam Hussein's revolution is so spiritually empowering. It brings about such freedom of the spirit. People who are being oppressed, people who are being subjected to utter devastation, feel suddenly inner strength. Imam Sajjad alayhi salam institutes the weeping and crying, which is spiritually enlifting, spiritually purifying, spiritually empowering.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. Hopefully with this small clip, dear children, you understand the significance of the hardship Imam Sajjad had to face in keeping Azadari alive. Inshallah, joining us now, we have Mohsin Mehdi, who will deliver a speech about Ghazi Abul Fazl al-Abbas alayhi salam. Please recite Allah's salawat for his well-being and for his family's well-being. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم अस्सलाम वालेकुम मेरा नाम मोहसिन मेहदी है मैं पाकिस्तान से हूँ मैं 8 साल का हूँ वफा जिसका पढ़े कलमा उसे अब्बास कहते हैं कौन अब्बास आज मैं आपको मौला अब्बास के बारे में कुछ बताना चाहता हूँ वफा जिसका पढ़े कलमा उसे अब्बास कहते हैं कौन अब्बास वो अब्बास जो कमरे बनी हाशिम है वो अब्बास जो सक्काए सकीना है वो अब्बास जो ताजदारे हरम है ताजदारे वफा है वो अब्बास जिसने 3 इमामों के ज़ेरे साया परवरिश पाई
Mohsin, are you there? Please recite aloud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Just a small glittering that has happened, dear children, some network problem. So inshallah, we will continue with our majlis. Dear children, give me a moment if I can find his pre-recorded audio. I don't think I have that. Please recite another loud salawat for the reappearance of Imam Mehdi alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Dear children, something very important we did last year in the Majlis of Imam Sajjad that we should continue it in this Majlis. Tonight is the last night of the Majlis of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. So as much as we are understanding what Sahifa Sajjadiyah is, it's a supplication of du'as and recitations and prayers book. Let's all, dear children, how much effort does your parents put for you? How much do they care for you and look after you? And how much dua does your parents make for you that you are always guided and you are always protected by shaitan? Let's all tonight recite dua for our parents. Dear children, each and every one of you right now, I'm not going to read the Arabic. I'm going to read the English so you can take part, dear children. This is one of the duas from Sahifa Sajjadiyah for our parents. Let's understand what is it that we are asking from Allah here about for our parents. Let's all put our hands together, dear children, and pray to Allah through Imam Sajjad. Inshallah, that your parents are protected always and stay with you. Let's all recite together, dear children. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya Allah, bless Muhammad, your slave and your messenger and his household, the pure, and single them out for the best of your blessings, your mercy, your benedictions, and your peace. And single out my parents, Ya Allah, for honor with you and blessing from you, O most merciful of the merciful. Ya Allah, bless Muhammad and his household. Teach me, dear children. Ask Allah, teach me through inspiration, knowledge of everything incumbent upon me towards my parents, and gather within me knowledge of all that completely. Then make me act in accordance with what you have inspired me, Ya Allah, and give me the success to put into practice the knowledge you have shown to me, lest I fail to act according to something you have taught me, Ya Allah, or my limbs, my body feel too heavy, too lazy to perform that which you have inspired me. Ya Allah, bless Muhammad and his household as you have ennobled us through him. And bless Muhammad and his household as you have made incumbent upon us rights towards the creatures because of our beloved Prophet. Ya Allah, put your hands together, dear children. Ya Allah, fill me with awe of my parents, the awe one has towards a tyrannical sovereign, and let me be devoted to my parents with the devotion of a compassionate mother. Make my obedience and my devotion to my parents more gladdening to my eyes than my sleep, and make and more refreshing to my breast than drink to the thirsty, so that I may prefer my parents' happiness over my happiness. I prefer their satisfaction before my satisfaction. Make much of their devotion to me, Ya Allah. Even if it is little, Ya Allah, make my devotion to them, towards my parents, be pure, be clean, with good intention. Ya Allah, remember, dear children, we all sometimes disagree with our parents. We sometimes say no to our parents. Sometimes we are rude to our parents. Let's all make dua right now. Ya Allah, lower before my parents my voice. Don't make my voice be louder than them and be rude to them. Ya Allah, make agreeable to them my words. If I'm having difficulty telling my parents something, they're not understanding me. Ya Allah, help me so they understand what I'm trying to say to them. Ya Allah, make mild before them my temper. Do not let me go and become so rude and disrespect my parents, Ya Allah. Make tender towards them my heart. Make my heart soft, Ya Allah, for my parents. Make me feel the pain of my parents and do extra good for my parents, Ya Allah. And turn me into their kind companion, their loving friend. So if my mom and dad having any issues, they come to me, Ya Allah, and say to me, oh Yahya, oh Farzana, oh Zahra, oh Sukaina, I'm having this problem, and share it with me. Ya Allah, thank them, thank my parents for upbringing me. Reward my parents for honoring me, for protecting me. They have protected me when I was a little baby, when I was a little child, and they're protecting me now. They will continue to protect me, Ya Allah. So you also protect my parents, Ya Allah. And whatever harm has touched my parents because of me, something I have said wrong that has hurted my parents, forgive me, Ya Allah, and give them the forgiveness of their mistakes. Allow it to elevate their sins. Just because I've done something wrong in regards to that, forgive the sins of my parents, Ya Allah. Raise them in their degree. Give them a high status on the day of judgment in the heaven, Allah. And add more to their good deeds. Ya Allah, or he who changes evil deeds into manifold good deeds, because Allah is capable to change an evil deed into a good deed. Ya Allah, whatever word through which they have transgressed against me, sometimes parents say some things to you, dear children, that you may get hurt. You think it's not fair. Maybe you're having a problem with your brother and your parents yells at you, tells you, but not the other one, not the younger brother, not the younger sister, and you think it's not fair. Let's all pray right now that Allah, whatever my parents have done wrong towards me, something that they have done and I think it's not fair, please forgive them. Please forgive them. Do not take it against them. Do not punish my parents ever. And I beseech you to remove from them its ill consequences. Do not punish them or dislike the way they have attended to my affairs, my Lord. They have rights against me which are more incumbent because they are your parents. They have greater rights on you, dear children. Sometimes your parents, your dad will say something to you in a harsh way for your benefit, for your safety. It may not sound to you, it may not feel to you that way, but they're doing it for your safety. So pray to Allah that He helps you understand your parents better, dear children. Where then, my God, will their long occupation with bringing me up be? Where the hardship of their toil in taking of me? How much do parents look after their children when they are a baby? How much? Now you know when your parents are looking after you. Now you notice. But you can't remember when you were an infant, a newborn baby, how much your mother looked after you, dear children. How you don't know that much. So bless Muhammad and his household and help me, Ya Allah, O best of those whose help we seek. Give me success, O most guiding of those whom we beseech. Place me not among the people of disrespect to fathers and mothers. I don't want to be like those, O Allah. I don't want to disrespect my fathers and mothers. Protect me on the day of judgment when every soul will be repaid for what it has earned. They shall not be wronged. Ya Allah, bless Muhammad, his progeny, and single out my parents for the best which thou hast singled out for the fathers and mothers of thy faithful servants, Ya Allah. Pick the best for my parents, Ya Allah. Let me not forget to remember my parents after each namaz of mine. After this majlis, dear children, always pray for your parents. At every time throughout my night, in each of the hours of the day, Ya Allah, bless Muhammad and his household. Forgive me, forgive my mistakes, forgive my shortcomings, forgive my sins through my supplication, through my dua for my parents, and forgive my parents through their love and devotion towards me with unfailing forgiveness. Ya Allah, through my intercession for them with resolute good pleasure, and make them reach through your generosity the abode of safety. Ya Allah, if your forgiveness, this is very important, dear children, very important. This is the part when I keep saying to children, may you be your shifa for your parents. Listen to this. Ya Allah, if your forgiveness reaches my parents first, make my parents be my shifa, be my intercessor, be my helper on the day of mahshar, on the day of judgment. And if your forgiveness reaches me first, Ya Allah, make me be the shifa, the intercessor for my parents on the day of judgment, so that we may gather towards through your gentleness in the house of your generosity in the heaven and the place of your forgiveness and mercy. Verily, O Allah, you are possessor of bounty and ancient kindness, and you are the most merciful of the merciful. Ya Arhamar Rahimin. بحق محمد وآله طاهرين. Please recite aloud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Inshallah, Allah accepts your dua, dear children, for your parents and for the dua of your parents. If parents are watching, your duas are accepted for your deceased parents, the grandparents of your children, inshallah. Dear children, moving on now, we're watching a video how Imam Sajjad was poisoned. We need to understand. Please recite aloud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in.
Salam and peace be upon you, O Father.
Hello, my son.
Where are you going, Dad?
I want to go to the market and buy some food. There is nothing to eat at home.
Dad, am I allowed to come to the market with you and help you? Oh, what good and fresh fruits.
Yes, son, let's take some fruit home.
Father, whose voices are those? And where are they coming from?
Let's go find out.
As soon as they heard the voice, both father and son followed the voice and saw that a small child was talking to his father.
Oh father, my stomach is hurting. I am very hungry. Father, father, I am hungry. Bring some food from somewhere.
We are your most needy servants who are present before you, and there is no one more compelled than us on this earth. God, we need you, don't let us down.
What is this prayer? I think I have heard this prayer before.
What happened, son? Is the sound coming from here?
Yes, Father, from here. And maybe you also heard the prayer of this person asking help from God. If I am correct, then this prayer is recorded in Safiya a Sajjadiya.
Yes, son, that's right, I have read it too. What a beautiful and heartfelt prayer.
Father, why did the Imam write this book?
Son, this book was written by the Imam because he was a prisoner and his companions and followers were not allowed to visit him. Therefore, the Imam wanted to convey the message of Islam and Prophet Muhammad's teachings to the people.
Shush. Silence. Speak slowly.
I was watching what's happening.
Meeting the Imam is almost impossible as they guard the house 24 hours.
I wish I could be able to meet His Excellency.
And he used to send messages to his companions by letter, and the Imam also began to record his prayers and messages in this book.
Father, did the Imam achieve his goal this way?
Yes, the Imam wrote many prayers for the people so they could learn to walk on the straight path and receive guidance through the many messages present in those beautiful prayers.
Well, was this the way the Imam used to convey his message to the people about the government of that time?
Yes, the Imam often wrote his political and economic speeches and advice in the form of prayers and sustained the people with his useful words and informed them of the cunning and evil government.
So, Father, didn't the government create obstacles and difficulties for Imam Sajjad?
Of course they did. Walid ibn Abdul Malik, the crown prince of Medina, who was afraid of the Imam's influence over the people, often wanted the circle of companions around the Imam to be small so that the Imam could not convey his knowledge and guidance to his followers.
Even in house arrest, Ali son of Hussein's influence is growing day by day.
We need to find ways to get rid of him, once and for all.
Poisoning is the best way.
Good, good. That seems more appropriate. No one will know.
Indeed, we will do it silently.
But his brother Hisham was in the forefront in this regard, even plotting to assassinate the Imam.
All praise to the great Almighty. Prayers is key pillar of Islam. We will not provide intercession to the people who will not give importance to their prayers.
The Imam was poisoned and killed by the order of Walid bin Abdul Malik.
Hello, my child, this delicious apple is for you.
Thank you, God, for providing food for us.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. Dear children, let's take our hearts slowly towards the Messiah, to the final moments of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Let's all take our hearts to the Maqtal of Karbala, to the Maqtal, the battlefield at Karbala, on the day when Abu Abdullah Hussain was being shaheed. Each one of them would say Khuda Hafiz and leave towards the battlefield. Imam Sajjad was witnessing. He would try his hard to get up and look. He witnessed how Imam Ali was killed in Sajda. He witnessed Imam Hassan alayhi salam. He witnessed his father, Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And he's witnessing in this picture, in this moment, how the enemies, may Allah's curse be on them, is coming towards the chadar, towards the bibi, and taking away the scarf, the hijab. This is the moment, dear children, how hard it must be for Imam Sajjad. Dear children, start shedding tears. It's not easy for the Imam in that condition, in that sickness, to see all of this. This is the moment when all of them are taken as captives towards Kufa and then towards Sham, Damascus, dear children. And on the Nokeneza, on the spearhead, are those heads of the Masumin, of the Shohadai Karbala, dear children. From night to days, it took them almost 2 months to go towards Damascus. 2 months constant running and struggle and heating and lashes being, and so many children died on the way towards. Remember, I told you that there was a reward for the head of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. So everybody was fighting and trying to rush and pull all these prisoners, all the Ahle Haram, all the Asirani Karbala, so they can quickly go to Yazid and get the head reward for it. Dear children, look at this. This is a quote. This is a poetry, small in Urdu. I will read it. If those who can read it alongside me, and I'll explain to you. डरता था इतना सैयद सज्जाद अलैहिस्सलाम से यजीद लईन बीमार को भी रख ना सका जंजीर के बगैर. What this is, that they were so scared of Imam Sajjad, even though how ill and sick he was, the enemies were still scared of Imam Sajjad because he belonged to the family of Ahlul Bayt, the brave warriors of Islam, that they, even in his sickness, said, no, we're not going to let go of Imam Sajjad. We will still put him in chains. Just so they were scared that if he came to fighting, he would be enough by himself to kill all of them. That's what it means, dear children. Look at this picture, dear children, the importance of sajda. The first picture on the right, look at it. If you knew how much reward you're receiving while you are in sujood, in sajda, you'd never lift your head. Especially when you do your namaz, have your final sajda, the final namaz, the final rakat sajda, have it long. Say Asma al-Husna, recite as long as you want something. Ya Allahu, Ya Rahmanu, Ya Rahim, Ya Muqallib al-Qulub, Sabbit qalbi ala dinik. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Ghafoor, Ya Halim, Ya Karim, Ya Aziz. All the attributes of Allah, recite it. Take your time in your sajda. Don't get up quickly. That's a message of Imam Sajjad to you. His tears were mixed with water whenever he wanted to drink, because he remembered the crying, al-atash of Bibi Sakina, of the other children in Karbala. This picture, dear children, inshallah, we will have our majlis continuing the 1st of Safar, and Shahadat Bibi Sakina, Bibi Zainab, and more of the majlis in the month of Safar. We will inshallah send flyers out for you to be part of those majlis as well. But look at this picture, dear children. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart seeing this picture. They are in the prison of Sham, or the prison of Kufa, Allah knows best. But look at this prison. There's hardly any light coming. Bibi Sakina is crying, dear children. In the middle is the head of Abu Abdullah Hussain. We will come in the majlis of Bibi Sakina and explain to you what happened to Bibi Sakina in the Darbar of Yazid La'in in Sham, what happened to her. Dear children, look at the Imam, look at the babies. No matter how pain they were in, Bibi Zainab still didn't miss her namaz. This is the burial place. This is where the shrine, inshallah, Imam Mehdi alayhi salam comes and he builds the shrine of the Mahsumin alayhim salam. Dear children, if you look here, the first qabr, the first grave is Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. Our sixth Imam, our school of Jafariya, we say we belong to that school of thought. It's because of Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam, our sixth Imam. Next to it is our fifth Imam, Imam Muhammad Baqir, who was also present at Karbala, who gave the final ghusl to Imam Sajjad. I will come to that Masayib shortly. Imam Zain al-Abidin's grave is here, dear children. He was buried here, right beside his uncle, Imam Hassan Mujtaba, the brother of Imam Hussain. Look, while Hazrat Abbas and Imam Hussain are together in Bain al-Haramain, Karbala, their other brother, Imam Hassan Mujtaba, is in Jannatul Baqi in Medina, dear children. And here is the grave of one of the prophets of our Rasulullah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajmain. Let's all send our salam to all of them. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear children, it's the time of Masayib right now, and I will leave you looking at this picture, dear children, while I come towards the Masayib. Feel the pain of Ahlul Bayt, dear children. Let's put our heads down tonight. Assalamu alayka ya Rasulallah. Assalamu alayka ya Imam Ali. Assalamu alayki ya Bibi Fatima Zahra. Assalamu alayka ya Imam Hussain. Oh, our beloved Imam. Your son Imam Sajjad's Shahadat is today. Assalamu alayki ya Bibi Sherbano, oh, the beloved mother of our fourth Imam. Assalamu alayka ya Imam Zain al-Abidin. Dear children, you heard last night about the Masayib of Imam Sajjad, how he was ill in Karbala, how he saw the bare head of the ladies, how he was put into chains and taken as prisoners towards Kufa and then towards Sham. Let's all learn tonight about the difficulties Imam Sajjad had to face after the martyrdom of Imam Hussain. Dear children, once one Imam dies, the next Imam holds the responsibilities because he becomes the new Imam, yes? The affairs of the public, and he manages all of the questions of the public and guides them, yes? That's what Imam's duties are. But dear children, do you know, after Imam Hussain died, many historians say that Imam Sajjad, Bibi Zainab, all of them were kept in prison for 1 whole year. Allah knows best, dear children. Many people didn't even knew where the next Imam was, where he was. Many people, the enemies, remember I told you about this, how after Karbala, the enemies wanted to hide everything. They didn't want to share things that happened in Karbala. They started lying. That way, they didn't want people to know who the true Imam was, who was the next leader, the next Imam after Imam Hussain. Dear children, so they started sending rumors around. One of the members of their household of Rasulullah was called Muhammad bin Hanafiya. He was the son of Imam Ali, the brother of Imam Hussain from another mother. Many people started saying that Muhammad al-Hanafiya is the fourth Imam, not Imam Sajjad. Muhammad bin Hanafiya stayed at Medina. He didn't go with Imam Hussain towards Karbala, dear children. And according to most historians, Imam Hussain alayhi salam said, oh, Muhammad bin Hanafiya, you can't come because you have injury in your eye. You're unwell and you are my secret representative in Medina. He was a very good person, a very good human being, Muhammad bin Hanafiya, dear children. But the enemies, Yazid, La'in, Shimr, Umar ibn Sa'd, La'in, they wanted to manipulate the people and mislead the people. So after the martyrdom of Imam Hussain, the enemies wanted to confuse and misguide. So they started spreading rumors. The enemies tried so hard because they had so much power at that time. They lied again constantly. And Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, "Oh Imam, oh our Imam, we are so sorry. How could it be possible, oh Imam, that after Imam Hussain died, he did not pick you as his successor? We do not believe that, oh Imam. If anybody ever comes to me and says, oh Nadia, your true Imam is not Imam Sajjad, it was Muhammad bin Hanafiya, I will hate myself, but I will never confess and agree to them, dear children. There will be people coming your way, and people will mislead you in your life saying the Imam of your time is not Imam Mehdi. The Imam of your time is somebody else. Dajjal will try to manipulate you, dear children. They will try their hardest. Despite the pain and hardship Imam Sajjad had faced, dear children, there was three difficult tasks, dear children. 3 important tasks he had to do. The first one, dear children, he had to announce and prove his imamate publicly. So both Imam Sajjad and his uncle Muhammad bin Hanafiya went to Makkah, the house of Allah. There is a black stone attached to the Kaaba house. This stone is called Al-Hajar al-Aswad. And this stone, do you know what it did? It testified the true imamate of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. So both Muhammad bin Hanafiya went and touched the stone and said, "Oh stone, prove to the people." He knew that Imam Sajjad was the true Imam and I am not. But he did that because he wanted to prove to the people that he is truly not the right one. Imam Sajjad is the right leader. So they both did this on purpose. And do you know what happened when Imam Sajjad alayhi salam touched the stone? The stone started talking by the miracle of Allah. The stone started saying, "Oh Allah, verily the Imama after Imam Hussain is Zain al-abidin, the son of Imam Hussain, the grandson of Imam Ali, and the grandson of Bibi Fatima Zahra." And after that, dear children, it was very clear that Imam Hussain, Imam Zain al-abidin was the true Imam, the 4th Imam. But dear children, there's still people present there witnessing all of this, still being jahil, still being ignorant, still being arrogant, still refusing the imamate of Imam Sajjad. That is why we have so many different groups and sects in Muslim, dear children, in Islam. We are the true believers of the 12 Imams, but there are the people who call themselves Hanafiya group, because of this confusion, because they say Muhammad ibn Hanafiya is the leader. There is the Ahmadiyya group, dear children. There's so many different groups. There are some who only believe up to the 6th Imam. They don't believe in the 12 Imams. Now the second difficult task, dear children, was to unite all the Shias. Remember, all the Shias had separated at that time. People were too scared to speak up now and call themselves as Shias. You will also face this hardship in life, dear children. I am facing this right now a little bit. When I go universities, when I went to university a few years ago, people started trying to tell me that, you know, you are not the true followers, or you are not the best azadar, you are not doing this correctly. They will try to teach me, try to tell me to do this the other way. Be careful, dear children. You have to be very careful and ask for the help of your imams. You know, dear children, all of the followers of Ahlul Bayt were too scared to speak, support, or defend Imam Sajjad and the family. Any person who was seen or heard to be a supporter of Imam Sajjad was killed straight away. So at this time, there were so many followers of Imam Sajjad that they would cry in secret. That is why for Imam Sajjad, it was hard to hold Majlis. I hope you have understood by now. Dear children, whenever he looked at the water that was in front of him, he would remember the thirst of his father, Abu Abdullah Hussain, the thirst of Bibi Sakina, and how she died in the prison of Sham. He would remember the thirst of Hazrat Abul Fazl al-Abbas, Hazrat Ali Asghar, Hazrat Qasim, Hazrat Al Muhammad. He will weep so much that his tears will fill the pot and it will spill the ground. Ya Imam Zain al-Abidin, Ya Imam, we are so sorry. Oh Imam, how many times do we waste water? Ya Imam, how many times do we skip our namaz? How many times we quickly pray namaz just to get over it, get it done with? Ya Imam, How many times we are sick, but we never remember the pain, the sickness of you, Ya Imam. Dear children, everywhere Imam Sajjad will go, he will see people feeding and giving water to the animals. Imam Sajjad will go towards them, and he will spend the whole life holding majalis and weeping and doing azadari for the martyrs of Karbala. Dear children, today many people are saying, what's the point of holding majalis and crying for the tragedy of Imam Hussain? This happened in the past. It is in history. Why should we remember? Dear children, if you want to have spiritual uplifting, it is through the Majlis, this Farshi Azar, that this happens. If you want to become closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is through this Farshi Azar. If you want to become the best human being and never hurt somebody, it is through this azadari, dear children. It is through this you learn religious education and character building. So through this Majlis, the azadari and spreading of message of Islam happens, dear children. The third important responsibility of Imam Sajjad was to expand true Islam, providing a beacon of light to guide the seekers of truth to the safety of true faith and virtuous deed, dear children. There were a lot of restriction on Imam. There was constantly, he was being washed. Yazid had so much power at that time, dear children. This is a Messiah, but I have to explain all of this, dear children, to you as well, so you understand. Dear children, Imam Sajjad as went through so much difficulty. He faced so much pain, physical pain, the torture, seeing the massacre of his family, seeing how each one of them being martyred, seeing how Bibi Sakina will be slapped again and again. Bibi Sakina, he will see how the children were dragged going towards Kufa. He had so much pain from the heat and the chains around his neck that became so hot that it burned the skin of our Imam. Oh, our Imam, you have faced emotional pain seeing the bare head of the babies. Dear children, Imam Sajjad gets hurt when he sees you not wearing your hijab properly. Bibi Zainab gets hurt seeing girls not doing proper hijab. Never ever do or take away your hijab. Never ever give anybody the right to take your hijab away from you, dear girls. Never ever. If you are the true azadar, just doing this, just holding tight to your hijab, Allah loves you a lot. Despite, dear children. Dear children, there's a lot, but I'm gonna go directly to the final moment of Imam Sajjad. Let's all take our hearts. Imam Muhammad Baqir, as you know, was present. His entire life, he saw his father, Imam Sajjad alayhi cry. In his final moment, Imam Sajjad shared his final will and said to Imam Sajjad, he declared and selected Imam Baqir as the next Imam. It is now 34 years after the tragedy of Karbala, dear children. 34 years after Karbala, on this date, 25th Muharram, Imam Sajjad is taking his final breath. Ya Imam, forgive me if I am wrong. These are my feelings. My heart is telling me that due to the fact that you could not fight at Karbala in the month of Muharram, each year of your life when this month came, your heart was at peak of pain and suffering. You will remember how Muslim you were, how you couldn't get up to go and be the support of Abu Abdullah Hussain, how you couldn't protect Ghazi Abbas. Forgive me, Allah, if I am wrong. But due to the constant pain, Ya Allah, my heart is telling me that you gave Shahadat to Imam Sajjad on this same month. Dear children. Dear children, Imam Sajjad said to Imam Baqir, oh my son, I am advising you for the same thing that my father Imam Hussain advised me in his final moment in Karbala. And do you know what this advice was, dear children? He said, oh my son, beware of wronging one who has no helper against you but Allah. So never mistreat those people who are alone, who are the minority, dear children. Ya Imam Mehdi, Ya Imam Mehdi, Ya Imam Sajjad, even in your final moments, you remembered the pain of your beloved father. When Imam Muhammad Baqir went to bury Imam Sajjad, dear children, when he went to give the final ghusl to Imam Sajjad and to give him the coffin, Imam Sajjad would have looked at the coffin beforehand and would have cried and remembered, saying, Ya Allah, I have coffin. I'm given my final ghusl, but my father, Imam Hussain, was not given ghusl. He was not given coffin. He was not given. Ya Imam Mehdi, where are you tonight? Forgive me, dear children, for such a hard masaib. Hi, Hamara Mazloom Imam. Hi, Bimar Karbala. Ya Imam Mehdi, days are passing. How brave have we become? How good of a human have we become? Oh Imam, are we ready to be in your army? Or are we still too weak? Are we still not ready to be in your 313 army, Ya Imam Mehdi? For the sake, for the love of Imam Sajjad, for the sake and love for this Majlis, please guide us, O Imam Mehdi. Please guide us. Please recite salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Dear children, stand up. It was not easy for me tonight to do the masaib of Imam Sajjad. So much Imam has gone through, and it's not easy in 2 nights to explain all of that for you, dear children. Stand up and do the matam of Imam Sajjad. Sajjad. Oh, Sajjad. Oh, Sajjad. Oh, my Imam Zain al-abidin. Oh, my Imam Zain al-abidin. Oh, my Imam Zain al-abidin. Oh, Sajjad. You taught us the art of supplication. You showed us the power of prostration to make Islam our life's foundation, and how to ask Allah for salvation. Such oh, my Imam Zain al-abidin. Oh, my Imam Zain al-abidin. Oh, Sajjad. You are the great grandson of Muhammad. Inside your veins flows the purest of blood. You came down from heaven like a rosebud and left your scent forever in this world. Your name will live on forever now. Till death you'll be in our hearts we vow. Oh, my Imam Zain al-abidin. Oh, my Imam Zain al-abidin. Oh, Sajjad. You were in prison, your feet were in chains, and on the chains splattered were your bloodstains. Inside your heart were the scars of those pains, of what you saw that day on the hard plain. Oh, you were patience personified. You thanked Allah though your hands were tied. Oh, my Imam Zain al-abidin. Oh, my Imam Zain al-abidin. Oh, Sajjad. You
You saw your father's head on that spear, your mother's beheaded and in fear. Your sister was treated so severe, the blood was pouring down from her ear. And yet you were so brave that you spoke, and in that courtyard the world awoke. Oh my Imam, Zain al-abidin. Oh my.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. Let's continue standing up, dear children, face the Qibla. السلام عليك يا رسول الله. السلام عليك يا إمام علي مرتضى. السلام عليك يا بيبي فاطمة الزهراء. السلام عليك يا بيبي زينب. السلام عليك يا بيبي سكينة. السلام عليكم يا شهداء كربلاء. السلام عليك يا إمام حسن. السلام عليك يا إمام حسين. السلام عليك يا إمام زين العابدين. السلام عليك يا إمام محمد باقر. السلام عليك يا إمام جعفر صادق. السلام عليك يا إمام موسى الكاظم. السلام عليك يا إمام علي رضا. السلام عليك يا إمام محمد تقي. السلام عليك يا إمام علي النقي. As-salam alayka ya Imam Hassan Askari. Let's all bow down a little bit. As-salam alayka ya Imam Mehdi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajmain. Let's continue holding our hands together and say Ilahi Ameen. May Allah accept all your efforts, your cry, your love for Imam Hussain, his entire family, Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Ilahi Ameen. May Allah give health to the sick ones through the intercession of Bimari Karbala, the sick one at Karbala, Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam. Ilahi Ameen. A sister has requested, dear children, dear parents, because her mother is having a surgery and is not well. And for many people around the world having surgery and in pain, let's all ask, let's all recite Amma Yujibo. I'll recite one time and just you listen to me. So Allah gives them shifa, complete healness through the intercession of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Amma yujibu mustarra iza da'a'u wa yakshifu as-su. Amma yujibu mustarra iza da'a'u wa yakshifu as-su. Amma yujibu mustarra iza da'a'u wa yakshifu as-su. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. May we all get the marifat of Allah and Ahlul Bayt. Ilahi Ameen. May Allah forgive our sins, our mistakes, the mistakes of our parents. Ilahi Ameen. May we all get the opportunity to visit the holy shrines of the Mahsumin alayhimus salam. Ilahi Ameen. May Allah hasten the reappearance of Imam Mehdi and we become such a good azadar of Imam Hussain alayhi salam that Imam Mehdi calls to us and tells us to join him in his army, inshallah. Ilahi Ameen. Let's all recite Surah Fatiha and 3 times Surah Tawheed for all the Shahadat Karbala, for all the people in your family who have passed away. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. Dear children, this is the final majlis tonight for Imam Sajjad. The next majlis, inshallah, we will hold starting in the next 4 to 5 days from the 1st of Safar, our next month. Dear children, don't leave tonight's majlis without making dua. Whatever's in your heart, take 5 minutes, then go. Take 5 minutes and talk to Imam Sajjad, whatever's in your heart, and ask Allah for whatever is in your heart and ask dua for your family. Iltimas dua. Khuda Hafiz.